call me to this. Okay. Good. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. Thank you. Join me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call this meeting officially to order. Charles, will you be doing a roll call?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Narford?
Present.
Mr. Regensburg? Present.
Mr. Lesperance?
Present.
Mr. Andrew Salazar?
Present. Mr. Kerry Rodriguez? We have a quorum, sir.
Sir. Thank you. Well, I was not at the last meeting. There is a copy of the minutes. You can review them then, please. Mr. Regensburg, Mr. Salazar, does everything look okay there? And
Looks okay. I make a motion to approve.
okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes. Do I hear a second?
Right.
We have a second. All those in favor? Or do we need a
Call.
roll call vote?
Mr. Andrew Salazar?
You're present. Yes.
No,
Yeah,
vote.
sorry.
Mr. Regensburg?
Yes.
Ms. Ford?
Abstain.
I was in here, so I'll abstain also, but we should have.
Two suffice, so
Yes.
motion carries.
So. Then, Charles, do I turn this over to you for the swearing in of Starford as our new member?
I believe from the swearing in for Ms. Ford, you just read to her, she puts her right hand over her chest.
Okay. I don't have a script for this, so.
Okay.
I have the swearing in procedure, if that's what you, if that's what
Yeah,
you-
but do you have a script for it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a script then, Charles. If you have, I don't have it. I usually swear the people in when they're, I can do it myself, I'm fine. I just don't have a teleprompter in there. You put your, do you solemnly swear that all the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Welcome to the committee.
Thank you.
All right, next, moving right along, guys. Any public comments?
We do have Miss Bernadine here with us to speak on.
Okay.
And then we have
Would we want her to speak first or review, or during the review of the package?
I can kind of just.
You can speak right away if you'd like to, Bernadine. Can you also please stand
in.
so you
No,
swear?
we don't need to say, we don't need to really say anything, we gave you guys everything that we have as far as the application goes.
Okay.
So I mean,
You do not wish to,
I don't think we need to. I think
Okay.
it's all pretty much in black and white.
Well, if there's any questions.
All right.
There must be questions we asked.
there may be some questions for that. So while I'm speaking to you, I'm just gonna swear you in, if it's okay. Just,
Yeah, whoever will speak will just get to it.
do you solemnly swear that all the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Very well. Okay, so the first matter of business is Ms. Bernadine's application for a variance at 912 New Mexico Avenue. And I will open this up for this, yes,
It was actually at 919.
919 New Mexico Avenue, I'm sorry, forgive me. I take my glasses off, I can't see. If I put them on, then I
So
can't
I
see you
have a
guys, so. you go ahead.
Preliminary question on that property, what is the current zoning?
R3.
Oh, it says there, okay.
Yeah.
And this is,
Do you need to present anything, Charles, on this?
I can just kind of give you a little bit of background and just like the action request.
Yeah, please, thank you.
So we have Ms. Bernadine Lujan, who is requesting approval for her variance application to place a new mobile home. The property currently has 8,503 total square footage. Ms. Lujan does need a minimum of 10,000 square feet because there's already an existing dwelling on that same lot. And it's a minimum of 5,000 square feet per dwelling. So that's why we are proceeding with the variance.
Has this application been sent to or given approval by fire department, any of that kind of safety?
As not yet.
Yeah, I think that would be the next step.
Okay.
No, it hasn't been reviewed by the fire department.
Mr. Chairman, I have a
Mr.
couple,
Riddenberg, go ahead.
questions.
Yes, sir.
You could come sit up here if you'd like.
Don't be shy, we don't mind. Come on up. Mr. Riddenberg, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, I have a question about your setbacks, and I see that you have 10 foot on each side. It's gonna be a double wide, from what I can tell now.
Yes.
The setback on the back's 5 feet, and the alley is 20 feet. You're allowed to use 10 feet of the alley as partial your setback. The only thing I don't see is the space between the existing house and the proposed double wide. Do you know how far that's gonna be to the existing house?
That's why we're waiting, that's why I wanted to do the variance first. If it's approved, of course, half of the house is gonna be knocked down.
The back half of the house.
The back half of the house, but the existing house,
And then, right now it has a what, about 15 with what's
I think it's 22 feet.
He hasn't been sworn in.
Oh, that's right.
No, you got this one in.
Can we swear you in also? We didn't know we can have one. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, in the matters at this meeting today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And your name is, sir? Can you just-
Justin Montoya.
Okay.
So, right now, we don't know what the setback or the space between both houses is gonna be, right, so you kinda,
if it's approved and we get the variance, then we're gonna work on the front house eventually. If it's not approved with it, well, then that whole front house is gonna be knocked down.
you're gonna knock the whole house down?
Because my house, if I'm only allowed one dwelling, the thing is, I need to move my house from where it's at. So no matter what ifs, ands, or buts, that's the primary home is gonna be the mobile home that we currently live in.
So nobody, in the existing house, nobody lives there right now?
Somebody's staying there squatting right now,
Oh, my God.
but it's a family member, so we've already given him like 30-day notice. I'm buying it from a family member.
Okay.
But the front of the house is adobe, so that is good standing. We've already had a contractor go look at it.
Okay.
But the back part of the additions, it's been with no electricity and no power for about 20 20-something years.
Yeah.
So all of the wiring, all that's gonna have to be done. So the only part that's gonna be salvageable is that front house, like the front piece of the home.
About how many square feet will that be?
What were you thinking?
I can't recall at this moment.
Just
Maybe 1,000 square feet?
1,000, maybe
Yeah, it's just
1,000?
gonna be a small little.
It's gonna be a little bedroom on that.
Casita?
Yeah.
So currently, they have 8,000, how many square feet?
8,503.
8,500, so they're 1,500 feet short of meeting the 10,000
10,000.
square feet. No, yes, sir. Basically, we're asking for variance for 1,500 feet.
No. Did I understand right, there's an alley
Yes, sir.
next to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at New
This
Mexico
map
in
is-
Kavanaugh, and then there's
Yeah.
the alley that goes up to the Alto Hill.
Oh, okay,
Or
it's
the
that
Alto
far
Hill.
up. Okay,
Yeah, so it comes
okay.
down.
gotcha.
And the alley, who measured the alley as 20 feet?
Marvin Cordova, she's more measured it for me.
What's this one?
That was fence line to fence line.
It's 95 feet.
Yes, sir.
So currently, you have a mortgage on the double wide already, it's already purchased? Or you
It's mine, but it's paid off,
Okay, it is. And the property is a family member is gonna be purchasing from,
paid off.
Paid
I've already paid that off.
so it is held with.
And it doesn't encumber any of your neighbors or any of that kind of stuff, right?
No,
That I can see,
we're right up, it's a corner lot.
okay. So you have that,
And you're 100% sure you're gonna tear down that part?
Okay.
So what I'm looking at is that zigzag of the house right here.
That's the part that's gonna be removed completely.
That's
Cause
gonna
that's detaching from
Yeah.
the existing home already. And there's a shed on the side also, and that's detaching from the home too. So all of like, an L shape of the house is gonna be torn down.
Then what are you gonna do with the existing house when you leave it up that adobe part? What's the intended purpose for that? Storage, gonna remodel?
We're gonna try to make it into an Airbnb or a rental, like a 2-bedroom casita. Or save it for
See
when
that?
family comes to visit.
so you have, there's a few more steps you have left regardless of what happens. Right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we still have to get somebody to move it, we still have to get somebody to level it.
A lot of work to take care of and stuff like that, yes.
And is there any concern with the city, Charles, with, as far as, water,
As far as
any of
utilities
that
and all
kind of
that,
stuff?
I think all utilities are available in that area.
There's 2 water meters there. The only thing we need probably is gonna be the gas meter and sewer tap.
So there's already a double setter there.
No, there's a set in the alley and then there's a set on the street. There's a meter on the street and there's another meter in the alley.
So what was the, do you know what the meter in the alley was for?
It used to, they were thinking back, it used to be like a store, so back then, the owners that used to take care of the stores used to live on the property. So there's like a little tiny shell of a foundation.
Yeah.
To where there may have been a little tiny existing house back there that somebody did live in at one time.
So it's basically already set utilities for it.
Might be historical there. Oh, okay. Any other questions or concerns, Mr. Salazar?
No,
Mr. Regensburg?
I'm
Start.
inclined to think that the R3 zoning intended for higher density and the area does need a lot of investment.
Yes.
And so it sounds like a good idea to me to have a variance, but
Yes, I will put it out there for do we have a motion to, follow through with the variance, accept the variance?
I make a move
Correct.
to approve,
Approve.
based on testimony given today.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Second? Can we have a roll call on this?
Mr. Andrew Salazar,
Yes.
Mr. Travis Regensburg,
Yes.
Star Ford,
Yes.
motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good afternoon, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good luck. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff.
Good day.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you, guys. All right. Next, we have James Frank's application on 1402 10th Street. And if we can, Mr. Frank, if we can get him, Frank's, I hope I'm saying,
Frakes.
Frank's?
Frakes, yes, sir.
Are you already joined in on Zoom, my friend?
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you very much.
can you see him or not on your guys'
I can
screen?
see him, yes.
Okay, perfect.
And
We have to get him to,
can you give us a synopsis on it before we?
I think we need to swear him in first.
Oh, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Okay. Mr. Frank, can you pronounce your name for me, my friend, your last name?
Breaks. It breaks, but with an F.
Okay. Can I have you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth concerning the matter and your testimony today? Yes, you cut out, but I saw Zip say yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay. Charles, can you give us a synopsis?
Yes, sir. So we have Mr. Frakes. He is requesting approval for the variance application task for a change in setback requirements for development on that lot at 1402 10th Street. The lot is a 25 by 140 and approximately 3,500 square feet. The lot width being, of 25 necessitates the variance of a 5-yard setback to allow for the development to continue. So that is why Mr. Frakes did put in for the variance application.
Okay. Mr. I'm gonna call you James. Is that okay, sir?
Yes, that'd be fine.
Very well. I'm having trouble with that. Okay. James, is there anything you'd like to input before we have any questions for you?
I would just like to say, I feel like this is a minimal type of request. The current setback requirement is 7 feet on each side, and I'm just asking it to be reduced just to 4 feet on each side. And that would allow for a structure to be built on it. As it is, I don't think it's even possible to build a structure without a variance.
And is this gonna be a residence or just an investment home and an Airbnb type thing?
So I'm trying to sell the property with the drawings for this house that I included in that application. And so this is the envisioned home of what could actually fit on there, and it looks like a very nice residence.
Well, certainly the drawings do depict it to be a very nice residence. So you're looking for the variance so that you can sell the property, not actually build on the property, not actually live on the property. Is that correct?
Well, I could sell the property as it is, but I'm really trying to, make sure that when I do sell it, that they can build on it.
Yes, but your intent, what I'm trying to get is your intention right now is not to build, it is to sell the property as it
Correct.
is, the variance. Very well. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Mr. Salazar, Mr. Regensburg. Star, forgive me, I am so sorry that I'm not reaching out that far.
That's okay. I would like to let you know that I walked by there to see what the situation was.
Very well.
The neighbor happened to be there and said that she also wants to sell your neighbor to the north. She just offered that. Because ideally, there's an insanity right here. The lots are way too narrow in this entire place around Highland. They really should have been divided half and half the other way, so there's two widths, but I want to let you know in case that you wanted to do that, but also I feel like this is not only reasonable for this property, but we should, if possible, recommend it for that, for almost everything on this sheet of paper. Because you can't build anything in that space on any of these lots, and it's underdeveloped, and that's kind of a problem.
Thank you.
If I may,
Sure,
Mr.
you
Chairman,
bring this up.
if we reflect back to the reason these are 25-foot lots, is the developer, when he first developed the inner city of Las Vegas, developed like 25-foot lots. So they would sell 25, 50, 75, or 100 feet, depending on the finances of each person. So that's the reason, that's why they're 25-foot lots. My concern is the 4-foot setback on a 2-story dwelling as proposed or here is that it requires a minimum of 7 feet for the fire department to lean a ladder up to the second floor of a 2-story dwelling. If let's say there's a fence placed or another house too close on the other property, that the fire department would not be able to access that second floor. On a single family dwelling, there have been variances of 3 foot in the past in the city of Las Vegas, but that's a single story dwelling, not a 2-story dwelling. In reference to that, I would move to get an opinion from the fire marshal on a 2-story dwelling on such a small setback before I would make a decision on this. Not for the safety of the owner, but for the safety of an occupant in the future. Because this is close to Highlands University, it may be a rental house for a student, might be a rental house for a professor, maybe a rental house for something else other than for the occupant himself. And my first concern is safety on the variance, knowing from my past history with the planning and zoning, is that if you do require, the fire department does require 7 feet on the side, especially because I see there's a window on your proposed plan. I don't know if you can see this. This right here. There's a window on the, where you would have the property line, but that would be an egress window on the bedroom. That would be my main concern for the setback. Nothing against the proposal. My approach is from a safety standpoint. So I would like to get an opinion from the fire marshal on that, based on the proposed plan.
Salazar? So you currently have the property listed, correct? For sale?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
I was just making sure you didn't recently acquire it and then proposing it. So you are the current owner of that listing?
Yes, that's correct. The previous owner had stopped paying his property taxes, and he said that I ended up buying it directly from him, and he said that there actually used to be a home on the property. He used to watch the tennis matches across the street at the college. But I don't know the footprint of that home and how how it was situated on the property.
I have one more question.
Yes, Mr. Rickensburg.
Would it encumber your process if we sought the opinion of the fire marshal on this before making a decision?
Well, only setback would just be on the time. Would it be possible if maybe we could move forward with a variance request as a single story only at this point, and then if we decide to move forward with a second story, then we would be able to come back and request it and maybe get the fire marshal approval before then?
I would lean not to myself. I would lean to table it to get a fire marshal's opinion before casting my vote on it. That's where I would be at, in all honesty, because what I have before me is the package you submitted today and not the proposal for a single story unit, as presented. That's where I would sit personally. I can't speak for my colleagues next to me, but that's where I would sit. I would lean more towards tabling it and getting a fire marshal's opinion on my behalf, but that's only me.
I don't necessarily disagree with that advice. Quite frankly, I thought it was the plans for a unit to be built by yourself and so forth. I did not understand that it was simply an approval in order to resale the property. So that actually kind of threw me off a little bit. Having said that, and learning about the setbacks and the safety of the setbacks, I believe we should, toss this over to the fire marshal, not toss this over, but get the opinion and of the fire marshal.
If I may,
Yes, sir.
we can ask the owner if he wants a decision today or he's willing to accept us tabling it for an opinion. I guess it's up to the owner himself as well.
Well,
If he's asking for a decision today, we'd have to make a decision today, or if he's willing to accept the tabling of the matter.
well, we can, but it's really more up to the board as far as the decision to be made than the owner to tell us to make a decision or not. Because from what we're learning, James, is that there's some issues as far as safety if a two-story building is built. The way I'm looking at this is that I think we need a fire marshal's opinion as far as the setbacks, because that's a safety issue. And without that, I could not move forward in approving something. At the same time, I don't want to move forward and simply shut you down on it also. Okay, so by tabling it and moving forward in the manner as far as getting an opinion and a judgment from the fire marshal, we could put the ball back in your court as far as what plans you could present and proposal you could present for your future.
I'm okay with that. I understand you guys' concern. I was, when I did the drawings and provide information, I noticed how far there were the existing structures from the proposal. And so, based on that information, there's really no additional risk to the setback variance. But if there were structures, maybe in those adjacent properties, then that could present that. But as an abundance of caution, if you're seeking maybe an opinion from the fire marshal, then maybe we can come back and present that with
the smartest idea for all concerned, and that way you can sell the property free and clear without proposing something that can't be done. That could
yeah.
Another question,
Yes,
if may. Does someone here know how it works where, let's say we decide that there's a contingency of some kind, or the fire marshal says that as long as the egress window is on the front and not the side, as an example.
Yes.
And how does that information then get carried through to a future owners to make sure that that those contingencies are applied?
Charles, can I refer to you on that?
I do believe if a new owner is, acquires that property, I think they would have to go through the same process. Because it's for that owner, that homeowner.
Very well. Mr.
So-
Stelzer?
You're asking for the variance so you can include it with the listing, basically stating that there already is a variance from the city, so it looks basically better on paper for the sale as of now. So you're not actually gonna be building on the property. You're just asking for the variance. Correct. Or, right?
Is that a question for me? I'm sorry.
Yes, so you're just asking for the variance, so it'll help the process of your sale. To have that,
Yeah, from what I understand, the variance is gonna be able to transfer with the sale of property. And so right now, a potential buyer, I've had a lot of potential buyers and they're asking if they could build on it. And I've had to explain to them, well, I'm going through a variance process. And so they said, well, let us know once that variance process is completed.
I would have another question on that
Go ahead.
though. Based on the application is by the individual for him, right? Is that transferable, the variance? Because I know that when we build a house, we have to submit plans to the planning and zoning for approval.
Right.
And then that has to be, you have to meet your setbacks based on that set of plans by the proposed owner, right? Or the proposed builder, for example.
Correct.
So technically, the variance wouldn't transfer. I mean, that's that's something else that I think that maybe your office can ask the legal team whether the variance is transferable or not.
We can, if this meeting is, tabled, we can get with our, city attorney and
I
other
think
staff.
that's the best thing process to go through. right?
We could have that information, you guys, for the next meeting.
Yeah, because the applicant for the variance is James Franks, president.
Correct.
So the variance, if Joe Blow buys it, his name is not on the variance, it's Frank
Breaks.
for the proposed building. So I think we need clarification whether the variance is transferable or not, as well as the fire marshal's opinion on the setbacks to 4 feet based on, I think that the opinion needs to be based on a proposed plan, not on what we have now. If he's going to present to the fire marshal what we have now, I can almost assure you he's going to say no from my past experience with the planning and zoning.
Mhm.
It's up to him though, but from my past experience, that's why I made this comment. So I think there needs to be more work done on this as far as Mr. Franks is concerned. I mean, to be able to move forward as well.
Do I hear a motion to table this proposal and I think get an opinion on both fire marshal's opinion and transferability of the variance opinion from our legal team?
I make a motion to table the matter and to get an opinion on the fire marshal based on the proposed plans. Unless Mr. Franks changes the plans or, applicable plans, and also get an opinion from the city legal department whether the variance is transferable or not.
Very well. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Star? All those, may I have a vote, please?
Mr. Starford?
yes.
Mr. Travis Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Andrew Salazar?
yes.
Motion carries. James, thank you very much for
Okay, thank you.
this today. We appreciate it.
All right, great. Thank you.
Mr. Frakes, I'll be giving you a phone call tomorrow.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Have a good day.
Charles, members of the board, is there any other business that needs tending to today?
No, sir. No, Mr. Chair.
Can I have a motion for adjournment?
So move.
So move second. All those in favor? Aye. So adjourned. Thank you.
See, I thought he was already going to be like that.
That's the way I read it.
To my knowledge, I thought he was gonna be building.
He's building.
He didn't tell me that it was gonna be.
Yeah.
listed
Yeah, that
with
was
the property.
exactly what I.
That, if I would have known that,
That's
I would
got a
of
little-
course